What if I told you that everything you've been taught about how reality works is fundamentally backwards, that the hours, days, and years you've spent waiting for your desires to manifest were never necessary in the first place? Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly attract wealth, love, and opportunities while others struggle despite working twice as hard? The difference isn't luck, connections, or even talent. It's something far more fundamental, something Neville Goddard discovered decades ago that modern science is only beginning to understand. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Has this ever happened to you? You visualize what you want, affirm it repeatedly, take inspired action. Yet months pass with no results. You're not alone. Most manifestation techniques fail because they're built on a critical misunderstanding about how reality actually works. Time is not your master. The universe doesn't operate on some arbitrary timeline that forces you to wait months or years for your desires to appear. Reality isn't inherently slow. It simply responds to your inner state with perfect precision. What appears in your external world today is merely a delayed reflection of what you've already accepted internally. Think of your outer world as a mirror. Nothing more, nothing less. Everything you're experiencing right now, your financial situation, relationships, health, and opportunities, is just a delayed photograph of an assumed inner state. The world is always a reflection, never a cause of your experiences. This understanding alone revolutionizes how you approach manifestation. Stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover might surprise you. Even if you've studied manifestation for years, the most critical mistake most seekers make isn't in their technique, it's in their fundamental approach. When you desire something and ask for it, you are unknowingly affirming that you don't yet have it. Every prayer of petition, every vision board created from a place of wanting, reinforces the very absence you're trying to overcome. But there exists an alternative. A 7-minute technique so powerful that it bypasses this trap entirely. Instead of asking or begging the universe, you learn to command it through the power of assumption and feeling. This approach doesn't require you to change external circumstances first. It works in the opposite direction, from the inside out. What would your life look like if you could collapse time and experience your desires now, rather than waiting for some distant future? What if manifestation wasn't about forcing the world to change, but about shifting your inner state so completely that the outer world has no choice but to reflect it? The secret lies in understanding that the feeling of having already achieved your desire is the true creative force. Not tomorrow's feeling, not someday's feeling, but the feeling you access right now in this moment. If you found value in these manifestation principles, hit that subscribe button to join our community of conscious creators. I share powerful techniques just like this one that can transform how you approach reality creation. The beauty of this transformative approach is that it doesn't require hours of meditation or years of spiritual practice. 2 minutes is all you need. Just 2 minutes of total surrender. 2 minutes where you decide without wavering that you already have what you desire. This isn't about duration, it's about the depth of your immersion. Think about that for a moment. Most people spend years chasing their dreams, working endless hours, pushing against resistance, when the real power lies in those brief moments of complete internal alignment. It's not about the time you invest, but the quality of your consciousness during that time. When you fully embrace this hidden truth, your entire journey shifts from struggle to alignment. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic. The first step is feeling, not the superficial emotion we often mistake for feeling, but something far more profound. This isn't about mechanically repeating affirmations or phrases while your mind wanders elsewhere. It's about diving so deeply into the state that your body, mind, and breath begin to respond as if your desire is already real. When you genuinely feel something as real, your nervous system doesn't distinguish between imagination and physical reality. Your body chemistry changes, your posture shifts, your facial expressions transform. These subtle inner changes create ripples that extend far beyond your physical form, affecting the quantum field around you in ways science is only beginning to understand. The mind may be able to pretend, but the body cannot lie. That's why embodied feeling creates such powerful movement in your external world. When you close your eyes and fully live as someone who has already achieved their desire, your entire being reacts as if it were true. Your heart rate changes, your breathing pattern shifts, the tension in your muscles dissolves. These physiological changes aren't just side effects, they're essential aspects of the manifestation process. These inner decisions are like invisible gears that, once moved, begin shifting the coordinates of your external reality. Most seekers focus exclusively on the outer world, trying to manipulate circumstances, people, and opportunities. But those who've mastered this inner technology understand that the outer is merely a shadow of inner decisions already made. This revelation completely transforms how you approach your desires. Instead of chasing, you're choosing. Instead of waiting for permission from the world, you're granting permission from within. The external journey becomes a natural unfolding rather than a desperate pursuit. Write in the comments, "I'm choosing, not chasing," if this perspective resonates with your own manifestation journey. When we talk about manifestation, most people get caught up in the details, the exact dollar amount, the specific car model, the precise features of their dream home. But the real power lies in feeling the essence of what you desire rather than its surface form. For wealth, don't just visualize numbers in a bank account. Feel the essence of abundance, the deep security, the expansive freedom, and the profound peace that wealth provides. Your nervous system must resonate with having, not wanting. This distinction is transformative. When you focus on details alone, your manifestation becomes rigid, limited by your current imagination. But when you connect with the essence, you open yourself to possibilities far greater than what your conscious mind could conceive. This is the hidden truth behind why some manifestations exceed expectations while others fall flat. It's all about the quality of essence you embody. Your body is the most sophisticated feedback mechanism on the planet. It instantly reflects your true internal state, bypassing the deception your mind might try to maintain. When you're genuinely feeling your desire as already achieved, not hoping, not affirming, but truly living from that state, your body responds immediately. Your breath naturally slows and deepens. The tension you didn't even realize you were carrying dissolves. A subtle, authentic smile appears without effort. These physical sensations aren't just pleasant side effects. They're confirmation that you've successfully accessed the state of having rather than wanting. They're the bridge between your inner and outer realities, the threshold where transformation begins its journey from invisible to visible. The remarkable revelation is that this powerful state doesn't require hours of practice. Just 2 minutes daily is sufficient, but consistency is the catalyst. As you persist in returning to this state day after day, what began as a conscious effort gradually becomes your default mode of being. Your neural pathways literally restructure themselves. Your mindset shifts permanently. The exceptional becomes normal. And here's where the magic happens. External reality has no choice but to conform to this new internal standard. It's not about convincing the universe to give you what you want. It's about aligning your internal state so completely with your desire that any other external reflection becomes impossible. The universe isn't granting wishes, it's simply mirroring back to you what you've already become. This principle operates behind the scenes of every success story, every overnight achievement, and every seemingly miraculous healing. The outer journey always follows the inner decision, never the reverse. The apparent gap between your current circumstances and your desire is merely the time required for physical reality to catch up with the shift that has already occurred within you. If you've experienced this alignment between your inner state and outer reality, even momentarily, type "I've felt the shift" in the comments below. A fundamental revelation that changes everything about manifestation is understanding the true sequence of creation. Consciousness always precedes manifestation. Always, before anything can appear in your physical reality, before the relationship forms, before the money arrives, before the health improves, it must first be fully accepted in your consciousness. This mental acceptance isn't just a preliminary step, it's the true creative act itself. This insight completely reorients your approach to life's challenges. When you grasp this principle at its core, you stop desperately trying to change external circumstances and instead direct your energy to the only place where real power exists, within your own consciousness. The journey of manifestation becomes an inside-out process rather than the outside-in struggle most people endure. One of the most profound mindset shifts occurs when you choose feeling over force. Look around at how most people approach their goals. They push, they strain, they take massive action while carrying a heavy burden of internal doubt. They attempt to force manifestation through sheer will and external effort, while their inner dialogue whispers, "This probably won't work." This contradiction creates the resistance and exhaustion so many experience on their path. True power comes from feeling the state accomplished first. When your internal state is aligned with your desire, your actions flow from a completely different energy signature. You're no longer fighting against reality, you're moving in harmony with it. This doesn't mean you don't take action, you absolutely do. But that action springs from a foundation of inner certainty rather than desperation or fear. The revelation that transforms ordinary seekers into conscious creators is understanding that internal knowing creates external results. When you truly know, not hope, not wish, but know with unshakable certainty that something is already yours on the invisible plane, your actions naturally align with that knowing. Doors that seemed firmly closed suddenly open without effort. Synchronicities appear. The right people enter your life at precisely the right moment. This isn't magical thinking. It's the hidden mechanism behind every authentic achievement. External force becomes unnecessary when internal alignment is complete. The universe doesn't respond to your demands or pleading. It responds to your state of being. When that state resonates perfectly with what you desire, resistance melts away. The path unfolds before you, not because you forced it, but because you became it. Behind the scenes of every seemingly miraculous manifestation is this same principle at work. The outside world simply cannot help but reorganize itself around your dominant internal state. This is why some people achieve their desires with apparent ease, while others struggle endlessly. The difference lies not in external effort, but in internal congruence. If you've ever experienced a moment where something manifested with surprising ease because you simply knew it would, type "effortless alignment" below. The moment of manifestation isn't when your desire physically appears before your eyes. It's the instant you make an uncompromising internal decision. That silent decree echoing through your consciousness is more powerful than any external circumstance you're currently facing. This revelation transforms your entire approach to creation, understanding that the true moment of victory happens internally, often long before any visible evidence appears. Think about the most profound transformations in your life. Before the external shift occurred, wasn't there a moment when something clicked within you? A moment when you simply knew beyond all doubt that a new reality had been established. That internal decision carries a vibrational signature so potent that the universe itself must reorganize to accommodate it. Not tomorrow, not eventually, but in that precise moment, the die is cast. To accelerate this process, immerse yourself fully in the sensory experience of your desired state. Don't just see it in your mind's eye. Engage all your senses in this creative act. What would you see if your desire were already fulfilled? What sounds would surround you? What textures would you touch? What aromas would fill the air? What tastes would you savor? This multisensory approach activates neural pathways that make your imagined state indistinguishable from physical reality to your nervous system. This immersive journey isn't just visualization, it's embodiment. Your brain doesn't distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a gay, physical one. When you engage all your senses, you create a holographic template of your desire that your subconscious mind accepts as real, catalyzing a chain reaction that extends from your internal world to the external. Don't miss out on more powerful manifestation secrets. Subscribe now to access a treasure trove of wisdom that most will never discover. This channel is dedicated to helping you master the art of conscious creation. Neville Goddard, one of the most profound spiritual teachers of the 20th century, distilled this entire process into one simple phrase: feeling is the secret. Not intellectual understanding, not rational analysis, but feeling. The quality of feeling you maintain, its depth, its authenticity, its consistency, determines what manifests in your physical reality. This isn't positive thinking or wishful optimism. It's a precise metaphysical technology that operates with the reliability of mathematics. Goddard spent decades teaching this principle through lectures and books, demonstrating how the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the catalyst that transforms possibility into reality. His approach wasn't based on theory, but on repeated, verifiable results, both in his life and in the lives of countless students who applied his methods. The quality of your feeling state contains within it a specific frequency that attracts its corresponding physical expression. High-quality feeling, rich with certainty, alive with sensory detail, vibrant with emotional resonance, creates high-quality manifestation. This is why two people can use the same technique with radically different results. One is going through the motions, the other is generating authentic feeling states that resonate throughout the quantum field. If Neville Goddard's principle that feeling is the secret has illuminated something for you about your own manifestation journey, type "feeling unlocks reality" in the comments below. One of the most powerful catalysts in this manifestation process is emotional gratitude felt in advance. When you're genuinely grateful for something before it physically appears, you're operating at the highest level of creative consciousness. This isn't pretending to be thankful or intellectually acknowledging that you should feel grateful. It's experiencing deep, authentic gratitude as if you've already received what you desire. This preemptive gratitude creates a vibrational resonance that crystallizes your manifestation, bringing it from the etheric realm into tangible form. Think about it. When you're truly grateful, your entire energetic signature transforms. Your heart opens, your body relaxes, your mind quiets. This state is magnetic to miracles because it aligns perfectly with the frequency of receiving rather than wanting. It's a profound mindset shift from seeking to acknowledging. Your internal conversations The countless words you speak silently to yourself throughout the day are perhaps the most revealing indicator of your true manifesting power. These private dialogues shape your reality more decisively than any external affirmation or declaration. The question that transforms your journey is simple but penetrating. Are you speaking to yourself as someone who already has what they desire, or as someone who still lacks it? Behind the curtain of your conscious awareness, these internal conversations are programming your subconscious mind, establishing the blueprint from which your reality will be constructed. When you catch yourself in lack-based internal dialogue, gently redirect. This isn't about denial or forced positivity. It's about authentic alignment with the version of you that already experiences your desire as fulfilled. The revelation that can revolutionize your entire approach to manifestation is understanding that your imagination isn't just a pleasant mental diversion. It's the actual workshop where your future is being created moment by moment. What you imagine consistently will eventually harden into fact. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the fundamental mechanism through which consciousness expresses itself in physical form. Your imagination operates beyond the constraints of time and space. It's the realm where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where you can select the reality you prefer, and through consistent focus, bring it into your physical experience. This creative faculty isn't just for artists or visionaries, it's the birthright of every conscious being, the tool through which you participate in the ongoing creation of your life. The transformation happens when you shift from using imagination as occasional daydreaming to employing it as deliberate creation. Every time you vividly imagine your desire as fulfilled, you're laying down neural pathways that make that reality more accessible, more probable. You're literally reshaping the physical architecture of your brain to support the manifestation of your vision. If you've begun to recognize the creative power of your imagination in shaping your everyday experiences, type "My imagination creates my reality" in the comments below. A crucial insight that many miss on their manifestation journey is that relaxation enhances receptivity. When your body is tense, your nervous system is in fight or flight mode, creating an energetic barrier that blocks the very things you're trying to attract. The most powerful state for manifestation isn't one of striving or forcing, it's relaxed awareness. This state opens a channel between your conscious intentions and the deeper realms of mind, where creation truly happens. Think of your mind as water. When agitated and turbulent, it can't clearly reflect anything. But when calm and still, it perfectly mirrors whatever is placed above it. Your consciousness works the same way. When your body relaxes, your mind becomes receptive to new impressions, new possibilities, new ways of being. This relaxed state isn't laziness or passivity, it's alert receptivity, the perfect balance between intention and surrender. The breakthrough for many comes when they discover that expectancy is perhaps the most magnetic force in the universe of manifestation. Not hope, not wishing, but calm, natural expectancy. Consider how you expect the sun to rise tomorrow morning. There's no anxiety about it, no doubt, no obsessive checking. You simply know it will happen. That same quality of natural expectancy, when applied to your desires, creates an irresistible magnetic pull that brings them into physical form. This revelation transforms your entire relationship with the manifestation process. Instead of wondering if your desire will manifest, you simply expect it, not from a place of demand or entitlement, but from deep knowing. This expectancy carries a distinct, energetic signature that the universe responds to immediately. It's the difference between begging for something and simply claiming what's already yours. One of the most liberating discoveries along this path is that intensity trumps duration every time. Many people believe they need to spend hours visualizing, affirming, or meditating to manifest effectively. But 2 minutes of complete absorption in your desire, total immersion where the rest of the world temporarily ceases to exist, is far more effective than hours of half-hearted, distracted practice. This insight reshapes your entire approach to manifestation techniques. Instead of lengthy sessions where your mind inevitably wanders, focus on brief periods of absolute concentration. These moments of complete absorption create powerful imprints on your subconscious mind, establishing patterns that your brain and body begin to accept as reality. The quality of your attention matters infinitely more than the quantity of time spent. This principle operates behind the scenes of every significant transformation. The decisive moment isn't when you've accumulated enough hours of practice. It's when you've generated enough intensity of feeling, enough clarity of vision, enough certainty of knowing. This intensity penetrates through the veils separating thought from thing, compressing the time between idea and manifestation. The journey of conscious creation isn't about duration, it's about depth, not how long you've been working towards something, but how deeply you've embodied the feeling of already having it. This distinction is what separates those who manifest with seeming ease from those who struggle despite years of dedicated effort. If you've experienced the power of intensity over duration in your own life, type "depth creates results" in the comments below. One of the most significant breakthroughs on your manifestation journey comes when you truly release attachment to how your desire will manifest. Many people sabotage their own creative power by obsessively focusing on the specific path, timeline, or method through which their desire should appear. This micromanagement creates resistance that actually blocks the very thing you're trying to attract. The enlightened approach is focusing purely on the end result, while leaving the means completely open. This surrender paradoxically increases your manifesting power. When you establish the destination clearly in consciousness, but release all attachment to the route, you allow the universe to arrange a path far more elegant and efficient than your limited mind could conceive. This isn't passive hoping, it's active. Trust in the intelligence of the universe to orchestrate circumstances, synchronicities, and opportunities that lead to your desire through the path of least resistance. A fundamental shift in your approach to manifestation occurs when you begin to act from the state, not toward it. Most people act as if they're trying to reach a destination. They take actions they hope will eventually lead to their desire. But those who manifest with remarkable consistency do the opposite. They act as if they already have what they desire, and their actions naturally flow from that state of being. This isn't pretending or fake it till you make it. It's understanding the causal nature of consciousness, that your state of being precedes and determines your experience. When you act from the state of already having your desire fulfilled, you're not working towards something in the future. You're expressing something that already exists in consciousness. This subtle distinction creates a revolutionary shift in your creative power. The transformation becomes tangible when you physically embody the person you wish to be. Your body isn't just a vehicle for your consciousness, it's an extension of it, a feedback system that both reflects and reinforces your internal state. Your posture, voice tone, breathing pattern, facial expressions, and even the smallest gestures should naturally reflect your assumed state. These physical expressions aren't superficial. They speak directly to your subconscious mind in a language more powerful than words. This embodiment creates a bridge between your current reality and your desired state. When your body begins to move, speak, and react as if your desire is already fulfilled, you create a congruence that makes manifestation inevitable. Your nervous system can't distinguish between a vividly embodied state and physical reality, so it begins to generate the biochemistry, energy, and behavioral patterns of someone who already has what you desire. The journey of manifestation is ultimately a journey of becoming. You're not trying to get something outside yourself. You're stepping into a new version of yourself for whom your desire is already natural and normal. This embodiment creates an authenticity that the universe must respond to, not because you've convinced it to give you something, but because you've aligned yourself with a reality where what you desire already exists. If you've noticed how your physical state, posture, breathing, facial expression influences your ability to maintain a feeling of already having what you desire, type embodiment activates creation below. One of the most challenging aspects of this manifestation journey, and yet the most transformative, is maintaining your inner attitude even when external evidence contradicts it. This is where many falter, allowing current circumstances to dictate their internal state. But the revelation that changes everything is understanding that your inner attitude isn't supposed to match your current reality. It's meant to create your future reality. When your bank account shows lack, but you maintain the inner attitude of abundance. When your body shows illness, but you hold the inner knowing of perfect health. When your relationships feel strained, but you embody the feeling of being deeply loved. You're not denying reality. You're exercising your power as a conscious creator to select which reality you wish to experience. This isn't delusion, it's the deliberate use of the creative faculty that is your birthright. The profound insight that liberates you from waiting is recognizing that internal action doesn't depend on external circumstances. You don't need to wait for money to arrive before feeling prosperous. You don't need someone to appear before feeling loved. You don't need external validation before feeling accomplished. The internal state always comes first. It's the cause, never the effect. This revelation completely inverts the conventional approach to life. Instead of trying to change circumstances so you can feel better, you change your feeling state first, knowing that circumstances must follow. This independence from external conditions is true freedom, the ability to generate your desired state regardless of what appears before your eyes. Behind every remarkable transformation is a hidden truth. Consistency ultimately trumps intensity. Many seekers experience brief moments of alignment with their desired state, flashes of absolute knowing, glimpses of perfect clarity, only to abandon that state when external reality fails to immediately conform. But acting internally requires unwavering consistency. The power lies in maintaining your chosen state even when external reality screams the opposite. This consistency isn't glamorous. It doesn't provide the immediate dopamine hit that intensity often does. But it's in this quiet persistence, returning again and again to your chosen state regardless of appearances, that the true alchemy occurs. Like water gradually reshaping stone, your consistent internal state inevitably reshapes your external reality. The mastery of manifestation isn't found in dramatic moments of visualization or affirmation. It's found in the hundreds of small moments throughout your day when you choose to return to your desired state despite all evidence to the contrary. It's in catching yourself in doubt and gently shifting back to certainty. It's in noticing fear and consciously returning to faith. These seemingly insignificant course corrections are actually the foundation of your creative power. This journey of consistency reveals that manifestation isn't an event. It's a practice, not a destination, but a way of being. Not something you do occasionally, but something you live continuously. When you embrace this perspective, the entire process shifts from occasional technique to consistent embodiment. You're no longer trying to manifest something. You're simply living from the state where it already exists. If you've discovered the power of consistency over occasional intensity in your own manifestation journey, type "Consistency is my superpower" in the comments below. Living from the end result transforms manifestation from an occasional practice into a continuous state of being. This means you talk, sleep, and wake as someone who has already achieved their desire. Your internal conversations align with this achievement. Your dreams reflect it. The first thoughts, upon waking, reinforce it. This complete internal coherence gives immense weight to your state, creating a momentum that becomes increasingly difficult for the physical world to resist. Think about how different your day unfolds when you wake up already feeling accomplished versus waking up feeling you need to prove yourself. How different your conversations flow when you speak from a place of having versus wanting. How differently your body moves when it carries the energy of fulfillment rather than lack. This coherence isn't just psychological, it creates a unified field of energy that radiates from you, influencing everyone and everything you encounter. One of the most profound revelations along this journey is understanding that silence always precedes manifestation. Just as a seed must first take root in the darkness of soil before breaking through to visible growth, your desire must establish itself in the silence of your consciousness before appearing in your physical reality. This silent internal action is the true seed of visible transformation. Many become discouraged during this silent phase, mistaking the absence of external evidence for failure. But the greatest masters of manifestation understand that this silence isn't empty. It's pregnant with possibility, alive with creation. During this apparent stillness, invisible forces are rearranging circumstances, inspiring actions, and aligning synchronicities that will eventually make your desire physically manifest. The world must adjust to what you've decided to sustain, but this adjustment happens first in the unseen realms. The decisive factor that separates successful manifestors from those who struggle is their relationship with contrary evidence. Many abandon their creation because external evidence contradicts their internal state. They look at empty bank accounts, physical symptoms, or absent relationships and allow these appearances to override their inner knowing. This is the critical juncture, where manifestation either collapses or crystallizes. The breakthrough comes when you truly understand that physical reality is always a reflection of past states, not current ones. What your eyes show you today is the manifestation of thoughts, feelings, and beliefs you held yesterday, last week, or last year. It's like looking at a photograph of yourself as a child and saying, "This is who I am now." Current circumstances have no power to dictate your internal state unless you grant them that authority. This perspective creates a profound liberation. You're free to maintain your chosen state regardless of appearances, knowing that current conditions are merely echoes of past consciousness, not indicators of what's possible now. This doesn't mean denying what appears before you. It means stripping it of its power to determine your internal state. You acknowledge what is, while simultaneously holding the consciousness of what will be. If you've experienced the freedom that comes from recognizing that your current circumstances are just reflections of your past states, not limitations on your future, type "My past doesn't define my future" in the comments below. Understanding the lag time between internal states and external manifestations is one of the most liberating revelations on this journey. The physical world is always delayed. Everything your eyes show you now is simply a reflection of a past state of consciousness. Your current circumstances, relationships, finances, and health are all echoes of what you've previously held as true in your inner world. This perspective completely transforms how you view your present reality. Think of it like watching a star that's millions of light years away. The light you're seeing now left that star millions of years ago. It doesn't show you the star as it exists now, only as it existed then. Your physical reality operates the same way. It shows you the delayed projection of past states of consciousness, not what's possible. In this moment, This insight frees you from the tyranny of appearances, allowing you to hold a new state regardless of what's currently visible. The revolutionary action that transforms your creative power is stripping appearances of their authority over your beliefs. Most people unconsciously grant their current circumstances the power to determine what they believe is possible. They look at their bank account and conclude, "This is my financial reality." They examine their relationships and decide, "This is the love that's available to me." But appearances only have the authority you grant them, and you can consciously withdraw that authority at any moment. Ignoring appearances doesn't mean denying their existence. It means refusing to let them dictate your internal state. You can acknowledge the current balance in your account while simultaneously knowing that abundance is already yours in consciousness. You can recognize the current state of your health while holding the inner certainty of perfect wholeness. This isn't cognitive dissonance, it's the deliberate use of your creative faculties to select which reality you empower. The profound mindset shift that accelerates manifestation is recognizing that your present circumstances are merely yesterday's thoughts made visible. When facing unwanted conditions, you're not looking at immovable facts or insurmountable obstacles. You're simply witnessing the three-dimensional reflection of your previous mental and emotional states. These conditions aren't predictors of what's possible now. They're just the lingering echo of where you once placed your attention. This revelation completely reframes how you relate to challenging situations. Instead of seeing them as evidence of what's possible or impossible for you, you recognize them as outdated projections that hold no power over your current creative capacity. Just as yesterday's weather doesn't determine today's forecast, your past states of consciousness don't. Limit what you can manifest now. The true transformation occurs when you stop seeing your present reality as an obstacle to overcome and start recognizing it as the neutral reflection of where you've been, not where you're going. This perspective removes the emotional charge from unwanted circumstances, allowing you to observe them with detachment while maintaining your chosen state. You're no longer fighting against what is. You're simply creating what will be by maintaining a new state of consciousness despite appearances. If you've begun to recognize that what you're experiencing now is just the delayed manifestation of past thoughts and feelings, type, "I create my tomorrow today," in the comments. A powerful metaphor that transforms your entire approach to manifestation is viewing yourself as an actor who must remain in character regardless of the audience's reaction. When you assume a new state, whether it's wealth, health, love, or any other desire, you're essentially stepping into a new role. And just like a skilled performer, your commitment to that role can't depend on external feedback or validation. Imagine a stage actor breaking character the moment someone in the audience coughs, shifts in their seat, or fails to laugh at a joke. That performance would quickly fall apart. Similarly, when you break character every time circumstances don't immediately reflect your new state, you interrupt the manifestation process before it can fully materialize. This steadfastness, this unshakable commitment to your assumed state regardless of current circumstances, is what separates masterful manifestors from casual wishers. The journey of transformation reveals a profound truth. Your power lies in sustaining rather than reacting. When contrary signs appear, and they will, the instinctive response is to fight against them, to argue with reality, to try changing circumstances through force of will. But this reaction only amplifies the very conditions you're trying to change by giving them your energy and attention. The enlightened approach is radically different. Simply return to your chosen state and remain there with serenity. This isn't passive resignation, it's active creation from a higher level of consciousness. Instead of engaging with unwanted conditions on their own plane, you operate from the causal realm, where all possibilities exist. You don't waste precious creative energy fighting against what is. You invest it in sustaining what will be. This subtle shift from reactivity to sustained being collapses time and accelerates manifestation beyond what most believe possible. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic. The revelation that revolutionizes your entire manifestation journey is understanding the importance of protecting your mental garden. Just as a physical garden requires vigilant protection from weeds and pests, your mental space, where all creation begins, requires conscious discipline against thoughts that contradict your desired state. This thought discipline is what ultimately separates the conscious creator from the inconstant dreamer. Every thought is a seed with the potential to grow into physical experience. When you allow doubts, fears, and negative projections to take root in your mental garden, you're literally planting the seeds of the very experiences you don't want. The disciplined creator understands this and guards their inner conversations with unwavering vigilance. This isn't about toxic positivity or denying legitimate concerns. It's about conscious selection of which thoughts you water with your attention and energy. Behind the scenes of every successful manifestation is this hidden discipline, the consistent refusal to entertain thoughts that contradict your chosen state. This doesn't happen automatically. It requires moment-by-moment awareness of your internal dialogue and the courage to redirect it whenever it veers from alignment with your desire. This mental discipline isn't oppressive control. It's the highest form of self-leadership. Think of your mind as the most powerful creative technology on the planet. Because it is. Would you allow just anyone to use your most valuable possession however they please? Of course not. Yet many people permit random thoughts, media influences, and others' opinions to program their creative consciousness without discernment. Taking command of this incredible technology, directing it deliberately toward what you want to create, is perhaps the most important decision you'll ever make. If you've noticed how carefully protecting your mental environment affects the quality of your manifestations, type "I guard my mental garden" in the comments below. One of the most revealing practices on this journey is closely monitoring your self-talk. Your internal dialogue, the constant conversation you have with yourself, reveals your true relationship with manifestation more accurately than any technique or practice. Ask yourself honestly, am I speaking to myself as someone who already possesses what they desire, or as someone still begging for it to appear? This self-observation isn't about criticism or judgment. It's about clarity and alignment. Your inner conversations are like private rehearsals for your life experience. When you catch yourself saying things like, "I hope this works," or "Why isn't anything changing?" You're rehearsing from a script of doubt and separation. But when your inner dialogue naturally flows with certainty, "This always works out for me," or "I'm so grateful this is already done," you're rehearsing the very reality you wish to experience. This mindful awareness of your moment-to-moment inner speech is perhaps the most practical tool for maintaining your chosen state. The turning point in every manifestation journey is the decision to persist despite initial silence. Many seekers abandon their creation precisely when it's gathering momentum in the invisible realm, mistaking the apparent lack of external evidence for failure. They feel, act, and briefly embody their desire, but when days or weeks pass without visible change, they conclude it's not working and revert to their previous state. This is like planting a seed and then digging it up repeatedly to check if it's growing. The revelation that transforms patience from a virtue into a power is understanding that the external world must obey the state you firmly sustain. But timing varies based on countless factors beyond your conscious awareness. The bridge of events between your current reality and your desired state is being built in ways your limited perspective cannot perceive. Your only responsibility is to maintain the end state in consciousness, trusting that the perfect path is already unfolding. Now, I want to go even deeper into this topic. Behind every manifestation is an invisible process of creation that operates with perfect precision but remains largely unseen by physical eyes. While you maintain your chosen state, this hidden intelligence is rearranging the entire universe to align with what you've already felt as real. It's inspiring certain people to reach out to you. It's creating chance encounters that will seem like coincidences. It's opening doors that were previously closed and closing paths that would lead away from your desire. This behind-the-scenes orchestration requires your trust. Not blind faith, but reasoned trust based on understanding the laws that govern creation. When farmers plant seeds, they don't stand over the soil demanding immediate sprouts. They trust the invisible process happening beneath the surface. Similarly, the master manifester doesn't uproot the seed of their desire before harvest. By doubting, worrying, or constantly checking for results, they water it with consistent attention and protect it from weeds of contradiction, knowing the harvest is already assured by natural law. The ultimate revelation that completely transforms your creative power is recognizing the fundamental difference between the creator and the beggar. The beggar asks, pleads, hopes, and waits for something outside themselves to change. The creator commands through the authority of their consciousness, knowing they carry the key to reality within themselves. You are not at the mercy of luck, circumstances, or others' will. You are the point of power in your universe, the awareness through which all possibility flows into form. If you've experienced the shift from asking the universe for what you want to commanding it through the power of your consciousness, type "I command, not beg" in the comments below. You've just discovered what most people will never understand about the true nature of reality. This 7-minute power technique isn't just another visualization exercise. It's a fundamental shift in how you relate to creation itself. If this resonated with you on a deeper level, if you felt something stir within you as we explored these principles, I'd love for you to be part of this community of conscious creators. Subscribe to join us on this journey of discovery. Each week, we explore another dimension of this incredible creative power that lives within you. The insights I share here aren't theoretical. They're practical tools that have transformed thousands of lives, and they can transform yours too. If this message found you at exactly the right moment, type "divine timing brought me here" in the comments. I read every comment and love connecting with those who truly understand the depth of what we're exploring together. Leave a like on this video if you felt that moment of recognition, that quiet yes inside, that confirms you already knew these truths at some level. Your engagement helps others discover these principles too. There's a video right here that takes this understanding even deeper, revealing how to apply this same 7-minute technique specifically to wealth consciousness. Click and continue with me there as we explore how these same principles can transform your financial reality. I'll see you on the other side.